Time to look at another Down for Sound amp. Just got another one in today. Let's pull it out of the package and take a closer look. This is the JP84. Comes with the Allen's keys, and we'll take it out of the plastic. You can see this beautiful blue anodizing. This particular model is currently on the Down for Sound shop for $199. Check the link in the video description below. You can also get it paired up with the JP8, which we've tested before. Check a link in the video description. You can see that previous video and a link to the products. As far as the power ratings, it is a 4-channel amplifier rated 90 watts by 4 at 4 ohms, 120 by 4 at 2 ohms, or 284 by 2 bridged at 4 ohms, and it's not stable 1 ohm stereo or 2 ohm bridged. Let's take a closer look at the amp itself. You can see all the different connections here on this one side. We'll start off on the left. You can see the RCA inputs. There's 4 inputs, Tiffany style. Also, we have gain control for the channels 1 and 2. We have the high-pass filter settings, which is variable with a ×1 or ×10 option, on or off. It's very nice to have that flexibility. And low-pass filter settings as well. You can enable low-pass filter or turn it off, have it run full range, and lots of flexibility there. And it's the same thing for channels 3 and 4. On the opposite side, we have the typical power. This is 4 gauge for positive and negative, and an 8 gauge for remote, because you know you need an 8 gauge remote like a boss. Then we have the power, protect, and clip lights there as well. And then we have the 4 channels. These are the side-by-side 4 channels. You can see channels 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if you want to bridge, it's channel 1 positive, channel 2 negative, channel 3 positive, channel 4 negative. As far as dimensions, 7.9 inches long, 7.4 inches wide by 2.2 inches high, and the millimeter equivalents are there as well. Now let's fire up the good old SMD, Demore Engineering Amplifier Dyno, to do our RMS power output testing of this amplifier. Before we do that, make sure you check the video description for links to Wilson Audio merch. Smash me a thumbs up and subscribe if you like this content. More like it coming all the time. Now let's talk about the dyno test. There's 3 different tests: certified, uncertified, and dynamic. Certified test takes us up to 1% THD, uncertified takes us up to the clipping point, and dynamic is a dynamic tone mimicking IHF 202 standard. Alright, first up, 4-channel test. 4-channel stereo, all channels loaded, gain matched at 9 dB overlap. At 4 ohms, we're rated 90 watts by 4. All channels are loaded, 2 are going to be measured. So let's see what we get here on 2 of the channels. 124 and 130, rated 90 watts. Very nice. Now let's try uncertified up to clipping. Again, we're using the 40 hertz track here, so it's a little harder on the amp. 126 and 131, right at 14.3 volts. Nicely over the rated power. And dynamic power, send the burst tone into the amp. At 40 hertz, again, this is a 4-channel amp. You're typically going to be running higher frequencies, but the 40 hertz is the hard one. That's the one we like to use. 116 and 119. As far as efficiency goes, 90% at 4 ohm stereo. Good numbers. Now we'll try the 2 ohm test, rated 120 watts by 4 at 14.4 volts. All channels loaded, 2 channels measured. Here we go. Certified first. Nice. 163, 169 at 14.3 volts. Next up, we'll reset it for the uncertified test, taking us up to the clipping point of the amplifier. And yeah, we get a little bit more power, 171 and 174, 14.2 volts. Dynamic, again, we're using a 40 hertz tone here. Good dynamic power. 186, 177, so we averaged that to be about 182 watts times 4. As far as efficiency, 67%, so it drops quite a bit at 2 ohms. Now we'll try the 2-channel test. We're going to bridge the 4 channels down to 2. Again, the channels are gain matched at 9 dB overlap. 8 ohms, it's rated 90 watts by 4, so we say 180 by 2. 14.4, test at 40 hertz, certified first. And yes, 250 and 240, well above that rated power, right at 14.4 volts. So you're definitely getting the power out of this amp, no problem at all. Uncertified up to clipping, 249 and 246, so right at 250 watts per channel at 8 ohms bridged. Dynamic, 40 hertz pulse track. Voltage dropped a little bit under 14.4 here. You can see 14.36. We got 235 and 233. Efficiency 87%. That's good at the 8 ohms bridge, which equals 4 ohm stereo. Now what about the 4 ohm test? 284 by 2 at 14.4. Unfortunately, Big Dummy lost the video footage.
You big dummy.
Yeah, it's alright. It happens to the best of us. So here are the numbers. I got 332, 347 certified, 353, 363 uncertified, 385, and 383 dynamic. So very good numbers there overall. As far as the results go, we say a small package, big power. And here are all the results. You can pause this if you'd like to see it. I pretty much just showed all the different tests. And the amplifier performed well over the rated power. Looks great. So yeah, thumbs up for the results here. Did a great job. Now let's find out Do It Bump Do, playing some ELACs. Make them ELACs smack. How's it work, Jack? All right, let's try some back rub. There you have it. Sound quality was great overall, no complaints at all. So let's check out what's inside. Probably some pops and some caps. Take out the 6 screws for the bottom. Check out that thick plexi. There is no fan, as you can tell. We can see the innards of the amplifier, which has the blue circuit board, which kind of matches the amp. Pretty cool. Also, JP84 says hello with a smiley face. Then you can see the capacitors. We have 35 volt 1000 microfarad for the input filtering and 50 volt 3300 microfarad for the rail caps. And we have this driver board, which is typical in a lot of Class D amplifiers here, standing up vertically. And then once we play the amp for a while, we get out the thermal imaging, take a closer look, see how hot it is. Nothing out of the ordinary here. These are all the typical parts you expect to get hot. The output filter chokes, the transformer, some of the caps. Yep, that's just typical. So let's talk about the good stuff. Very compact in size. It exceeded the rated power. We love the Tiffany style RCAs. Has flexible crossovers. Most 4-channel amps like this don't offer low pass on the front channels. This one does. Has that beautiful acrylic bottom so you can show off the guts to your friends. And of course, the beautiful blue anodizing finish makes this amp stand out. Things that could be better. It does require a minimum of 4-channel inputs. You can't just use 2. It does not have a remote bass. So you could still use it as a 3-channel amp and use the rear channels on a sub if you wanted, but there's no way to control the bass level. Limited supply available. He only ordered a limited number of these, so you might want to get one. And you choose this in the JP8 or the JP95. That is the biggest question. Here are the 2 amps side by side, the JP84 and the JP8. These beautiful blue anodized amps look great next to each other. So that's up to you whether you want to pick up this pair and mount one under each seat or get the JP95. I think they're both great options and solutions for you. I am a JP affiliate. This amp was sent to me, but you guys know I tell you what I think and show you the actual numbers. I appreciate you watching as always. So next time, Big D, I'm out of here. Down for sound JP84, let's try 1 ohm on the front channels. Here, dynamic 40 hertz. Yeah, it's going to protect. Yeah. Okay, well that's good. It's got a protect circuit built in, and it's going to protect, so don't run it at 1 ohm.